Pete Dunne started to beat both of them up. Nick Aldis walks in and he says, "That's not how we do that. We settle it in the ring at New Year's Revolution. Find yourself a partner. You're going to face Pretty Deadly." So there's that.
Sheamus coming back?
Could be Sheamus. I would say it's either going to be Sheamus or it's going to be Tyler Bate. That's who I was thinking initially.
Holland would be a dark horse.
Well, I think he's pretty much heel.
Yeah, didn't he have like a thing in NXT?
Yeah, so Ridge Holland, he showed up on NXT and he had a promo. I didn't even see the promo, so I'm going to be honest with you there. He basically challenged their champion, Ilya Dragunov, to a match. They had the match and they decided to do an angle where Ridge Holland, he did a pile driver on, I'm sorry, not a pile driver, a DDT on Dragunov, and I guess that injured his neck. They stopped the match. You had Ridge Holland over in the corner. He was like, "I didn't do anything. It wasn't my fault." Dragunov gets stretchered out. So they did this whole big angle of Ridge Holland being unsafe and injuring people. Is what they went with that. So a lot of people on the internet, obviously they didn't get the whole context because, no one watches NXT. So they did like, we all see the clip of him injuring Dragunov. That triggers the fans. Oh, this is in such poor taste that they did this because he injured Big E in real life. Why would they do a hurt neck storyline when he actually did that to someone? That was half of the fans. The other half of the fans didn't know it was a work. And so they said,
like, fuck Ridge Holland.
Yes. Oh, this guy needs to be kicked out of wrestling. He's so unsafe.
Like to see him try to toss me like that.
Yeah. So that led me to the whole question of, is it a fair thing that they do such an angle with this guy, the one who actually injured Big E? He injured the other people. Like, why him?
Did he pile drive Big E?
No, he did a belly to belly and then didn't get him all the way around.
So this is, completely different move. Big E's not, I know like he had a serious injury, so I'm not trying to like make light of that, but he's not paralyzed. He's not dying or anything. He's not like Drozdov. It was like a shit happens type of thing. Does that mean that Holland can't be in a part of any storyline going forward now?
Well, I think where people were taking a problem with it is that it was a I broke your neck storyline.
Yeah, he used a pile driver. That makes sense. What doesn't make sense is breaking your neck from a belly to belly suplex. True.
That's definitely. So you say it's a fair thing. I would say
it's a wrestling storyline. And if he has a quote unquote history of hurting people, especially with the fans, and they fucking hate him for it, feed into that. Absolutely. If he's really hurting people, that's another thing.
Yeah, I would say it's good to.
And why is Big E a sacred cow? Like the Pretty Deadly guy got hurt. Nobody's saying anything about him.
I think it's because he's back. It's the fact that Big E is not back. Maybe never comes back.
Well, they keep saying he is coming back.
He is, but he did get, dropped right on his head. So
I get that. I'm not trying to make light of his injury, but it'd be one thing like if he was maimed or just different as a man, and maybe he is now.
He can't pleasure his woman now.
Yeah,
she just.
And I don't know what the side effects of getting dumped on your neck is, so maybe he does feel that. But I think it's fair game, especially if you're going to do a pile driver spot.
Yeah, I think it's just people are overreacting because, again, half the people didn't even know it was work. I think that was the vocal majority didn't know it was work. It was like, fuck this guy. And he's racist too because he injured a black guy.
How did Randy Orton get hurt?
I don't even remember.
Okay.
I think he was hurt already, and then they had to write it into the story.
Yeah, that makes sense because he said Riddle had to take over the matches.
Yeah, I think it was a thing. He was fighting through it, and then it just got to a point where he couldn't do it anymore.
I don't know. I just think it's silly that you can't do a certain storyline. He's not asking him to rappel from the ceiling in a blue blazer outfit.
Right. And again, I bet you they ran it by Big E, and he gave him an okay to do it.
I mean, even if he didn't, fuck Big E. Who the fuck? Why is Big E this fucking cherub? Like, who the fuck cares? He got hurt. It sucks. I feel bad for him. I hope he gets back. I like Big E, but like, why is his feelings so important?
They say they're friends.
Holland and Big E.
Yeah.
Well, they have to say it now. Holland's life depends on it.
Yeah, he pretty much says he apologized profusely. He sent me some meat. Like, we're good.
Well, yeah.
So,
So he did the
I
right
think,
thing.
yeah.
I
So
mean,
I think they.
you don't just shrug off hurting somebody, but at the same time, you don't just change your career trajectory because something bad happened. If he intentionally hurt him, that'd be one thing.
Yeah, it's just the wrestling Twitter being soft as they usually are.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah, all in all, it got people talking. So I would say that is a good thing. Anytime you can get people talking, that's what you want to do. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does this
Yeah.
coming week.
But
I guess
he's
it's
in
probably building
NXT. Why
towards a
doesn't
match.
anybody gives a shit about NXT in the first place?
And there it is.
Yeah.
He did something to get people to talking. So ultimately, that is a good thing for
There is that, yeah.
the business.
You know what? I'm going to take a swig of my beverage for Rich Holland. Good job, Rich. We talked about NXT.
Yep, there you go.